Dear friends, welcome to Worldwide Vehicles. It's a Tupolev TU22m. The Tupolev TU22m is a supersonic long-range variable pitch strategic naval strike bomber developed by the Tupolev Design Bureau in the 1960s. According to some sources, it was believed that the bomber was once designated as TU-26. During the Cold War, TU-22ms were operated by the Soviet Air Force in the strategic missile carrier bombing role and by the Soviet Naval Air Force in the long-range maritime anti-carrier role. As of 2021, before the Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022, 66 aircraft were in service. In 1962, after the introduction of the Tupolev Tu-22, it became increasingly clear that this aircraft was inadequate in its role as a bomber. In addition to widespread inoperability and maintenance problems, the characteristics of the Tu-22 proved dangerous. Its landing speed was 100 km per hour, faster than previous bombers, as it tended to pitch and tail on landing. It was difficult to fly and had poor all-round visibility. In 1962, Tupolev began work on a major update of the Tu-22. Initially, the authority planned to add a variable pitch wing and upgraded engines to the updated design. The design was tested in the TSAGI wind tunnels. During this time, SU developed the T4 and 4-engine titanium canard aircraft. As a response to the XB-70, it was to have a cruising speed of 3200 km per hour, which required a large research effort to develop the necessary technologies. Tupolev, experienced with bombers, offered the Soviet Air Force a massively updated version of the Tu-22. Compared to the T-4, it was an evolutionary design and therefore its appeal lay in its simplicity and low cost. The Soviet government was skeptical about the need to approve the development of a replacement aircraft as soon after the Tu-22 had just entered service. To save face about the Tu-22's operational shortcomings and deflect criticism from the ICBM lobby, the Air Force and Tupolev agreed to pass off the design for the Tu-22 update in decisions with the government. The aircraft was designated Tu-22m. Given the OKB code aircraft 45 and the internal designation AM, their efforts were successful as the government approved the personnel on 28 November 1967 and ordered the development of the aircraft's main weapon, the KH-22. The T-4 itself made its first flight in 1972. But was later cancelled. US intelligence had known about the aircraft's existence since 1969, and the first satellite photo of the bomber was taken in 1970. The aircraft's existence came as a shock to US intelligence. Nikita, who was Soviet Prime Minister until 1964, firmly believed that ICBMs would render the bomber obsolete. As with its contemporaries, the MiG-23 and Su-17 projects, the advantages of a variable sweep wing seemed attractive, allowing a combination of short take-off performance, efficient price flight, and good high-speed low-level flight. The result was a new winged aircraft named Samolyot 145, derived from system and used its KH-22 missile. The Tu-22m designation was used to gain approval for the bomber within the Soviet military and government system.